Hey there, third grade. This is Mr. Campbell. Today we are going to be working on page 221. And today we're going to be talking about areas of squares and rectangles. And this is kind of what our focus has been here in chapter 6. At the end of today, though, we want you to be able to say, I can find the area of squares and rectangles by multiplying. Well, we've done counting them up. We've done being able to divide up our own shapes into cutting them into some different pieces. And today we're going to take the next step. And the next step is going to be multiplying to find the areas. All right, we're still going to be using our square units just like we've been doing all along. But today we're going to be doing some multiplying. So let's go ahead and flip to page 222 to take a look at what does that look like and what does that mean for today. So here we are on page 222. And if you're not there, pause your video, get there with me right now so that way you're following along. It says Mike paints a rectangular wall in his room green. A picture shows the length and width of Mike's wall. A small can of paint covers 40 square feet. Does Mike need more than one small can of paint for his room? All right, so we need to know how many square feet this wall is to answer the question, which is, does he need more than 40 square feet? So if this whole thing is bigger than 40, he's going to need more than one can of paint. And this is actually what adults do all the time. When we are working on projects like this is a really good real life example. We need to know how much paint to buy. And so this is what we can do. So let's go ahead and check out some ways that we can solve this problem. So in box B, it says count the unit squares to find the area. And this is a lot. I don't know if you see that, but we've got 6 going across the top and 8 coming down. And so for us to count this, it's going to take us quite a while, right? There's got to be a better way. And there is, in fact, a better way. And that's going to be that we can actually do multiplication. Box C says count the number of rows and multiply the number of squares in each row. There are 8 rows and 6 squares in each row. What they're saying is going across, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could use my repeated addition to do 6 plus 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 6, right? We could add all of this together and do repeated addition. Or I could say every single time there's a row, there's 6. So I'm going to multiply the number of rows there are all the way down by 6 because there's 6 in each one. So 6 times there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 times 8. And that's exactly how we can find area of shapes that are rectangles or squares. We can multiply the width times the height. All right? Or we can say base times width, base times height. There's lots of different ways, but what we're going to do is multiply one side by the other side. All right. So if that's the case, what is 8 times 6? Well, 8 times 6 is 48. And remember, we're talking about what? We're talking about square feet. So we got to write square feet. All right. The area of his wall is 48 square feet. Is he going to be able to do one can for 40 square feet? No, that would only get him to right here. He would have like a big gap here at the bottom that isn't painted. So he's going to need more than one can. That's actually what they were asking us. So we figured out that the whole wall is going to be 48 square feet. And if his one can of paint only covers 40, that's not enough. He's going to need an extra can of paint. Let's go ahead and turn to the next page, page 223, and look at our other example. And then we're going to talk about our guided practice. So on page 223, we're going to take a look at another example. It says the area of another wall in Mike's room is 58 square feet. The wall is 8 feet high. How wide is the wall? So we know how many feet it is here. We know how many feet tall it is, but we want to know how wide. All right. So how can we solve a problem like this? Well, this is a fact family. All right. So I could say 56 is equal to, we just said, if we take the height and times it by over here. So 8 times something will equal 56. And that's what they've written here. 56 equals 8 times something. So we can use division. 56 divided by 8 equals what? Well, 56 divided by 8 equals 7. So how many feet wide is it? It's 7 feet wide. Would we write square feet? The answer is no. Why wouldn't we write square feet down here? Well, the reason we're not going to write square feet is what we do for the inside. Is this on the inside? No, we want to know the outside part of it, which is why it's just regular feet. On the outside, we have feet. On the inside, we have square feet. All right? So it would be 7 feet wide. All right, well, let's go ahead and check out our next one. All right, it says Suji's garden is 4 yards long and 4 yards wide. What is the area of Suji's garden? Well, instead of drawing my picture and then making sure that I draw all of my little boxes, I'm going to draw my picture, but I'm just going to use the numbers. It's 4 yards long, so I'm going to put 4, and then we abbreviate yards with YD. So 4 yards, and then it's 4 yards wide. So I'm going to put 4YD. All right. Well, we just said I can do length times width. So I can times these two things together. So I'm going to ask the question, well, what's 4 times 4? Well, 4 times 4 is a doubles fact, and that's going to be 16. But now I need to know, am I going to put yards? Is it 16 yards? I'm talking about the inside here, so I need square yards. If it's the inside, then I need to make sure, square yards. I put squared. Square yards. All right. If it's on the inside, I need it to be square units. All right. Let's check out our next one. I'm going to come down here to number 2. And number 2 says the area of Michi's garden is 32 feet. Square feet. The garden is 8 feet long. How wide is Michi's garden? Well, if it's 32 square feet, that's the inside, right? So 32 square feet. What's the problem I'm asking here? Well, I'm saying 8 times what will equal 32? 8 times what is equal to 32? Or if I want to flip this around, I could also say 32 divided by 8 is equal to what? Because this is a fact family, right? Oops, I didn't mean to write an 8 there. I meant to put a question mark. There we go. Sorry about that. So 32 divided by what equals 8? Well, 8 times 4 is equal to 32. So 32 divided by 8 is 4. So my answer is 4. Am I going to put 4 square feet or 4 just regular feet? Well, I want to know on the outside, so this is going to be 4 feet. Okay. All right. Well, let's jump over here to our guided practice. And I'm actually going to have you practice number 3 and number 4 on your own. Remember, in both of these, we've got the outside 2 parts that we can multiply together to find out the inside. And if it's the inside, we want it to be square feet. If it's the outside, it's not squares. So would you go ahead and pause your video and try number 3 and try number 4 on your own? I hope you paused your video. I see that I've got 3 and 7, so that means I'm going to do 7 times 3, or 3 times 7, right? And that's going to give me how many square inches I have. So 7, 14, this is going to be 21. 7 times 3 is 21. And so my answer would be 21, but what is my label? Well, I'm talking about the inside, so I need square inches. And I'm just going to put IN for inch. All right. Check out number 4. For number 4 here, we've got 6 and we've got 9. I want to know how many are inside. So 6 times 9 equals what? Well, 6 times 9 is 54. And now I need to figure out what's my unit. I have 54. It's the inside here, so I want square. It's not inches, it's feet. F-T. 54 square feet. All right? That is how we're going to solve those problems. Remember, we can use the 2 sides of the outside to multiply together to find out how many squares we have on the inside. And if they give us that inside, we can take that and divide it by the other part that we know to find the missing information. Well, that's all that we've got for today. I'm going to have you go ahead and work on these next problems on your own. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Thanks for working hard with me, and we'll see you next time.